Go.
Good morning, everyone. Let's try that one more time. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
You can thank the Chamber of Commerce for this weather today. Finally. So welcome to Coffee and Conversation. This is brought to you by the Government Affairs Committee of the South High Mountain Chamber of Commerce. I'm Jeanette, President of South High Mountain Chamber of Commerce. We want to thank Padre Brewing Company for hosting us, Mark and Jose and Lori. Yay! And thank all of you for being here. There are several people with us today from the city, but I do want to recognize some of our elected officials. We have Lisa Graves, City Councilwoman. And I didn't miss anybody else, did I? A couple of people are here from the Board of Directors of the Chamber. We have Lynn McKinley, Ron Hutter, and Lisa Graves is also on the Board of Directors too. She works very hard on both sides. All right, so this morning, local authorities, businesses, and community leaders are gathered to discuss plans for a safe, unforgettable spring break 2025 on South High Ground. The city, Visit SBI, Fire Department, Police Department are here to share their efforts in ensuring a fun, safe experience for visitors, businesses, and residents alike. With that, I will give it over to our first speaker, Claudia.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Claudia O'Carroll, and I'm the police chief here on South Padre Island. I've been with the island for over 25 years, so I'm well versed in spring break and what that brings every year. Every year it's something different. Not too much has changed for us this year. I'm just going to go through some of the slides. They're similar to the slides that we had last year because we have the same partnerships, we have the same plans of action, we have the same traffic issues that kind of come up every year. The only thing that I will say seems to be unique, and I think the CDB is going to address that, is this year for the first week of Texas Week, we have over 30 colleges that are planned to be out, but we don't have any huge events during that time. I think individual properties are organizing pool parties, get-togethers, and stuff like that. And then the second week, there are a lot of events on the north end there at Clayton's, which I think are going to bring some traffic issues with it. So it's weather, events, colleges that are out that all make the 2 weeks, I suppose now, how we handle it, how we deal with it, and what's going to happen in the 2 weeks. So we'll run into the slides real quick. The slides just give you an idea of what we dealt with last year in comparison to a couple of years. We tried to update them, we went through them last year. It's the first time we used it, we got a lot of positive feedback on it. People like to see some of our numbers during that period of time. So we put some of that stuff together. Joseph? So far on our hiring roster, we've hired 13 jailers, 22 officers, and 8 traffic control personnel. We're still pushing to hire. We want more traffic personnel because now we find that we're using them year-round. We start in March. It goes really through September. Then we have traffic on the weekends, the evenings, so we have part-time employees that handle that for us. So we're going to continue to try and beef that up before, the 8th and 9th of March. 22 officers will supplement our force, and then we're still hiring there too. We try to round it off at about 30 because not everybody, a lot of these guys come in on a part-time capacity, so they have other jobs, they come in and they facilitate some gaps for us in scheduling. And then we have 13 jailers. So the jail, which is only a holding facility for us, will be manned 24 hours a day. We'll start that probably the Friday before Texas Week, what we consider Texas Week. And hopefully that will account for all, but we have plenty of people that we can pull from when we need to. Joseph? So our resources every year in the last few years have been kind of similar. Social media has become a thing, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all of these resources. So usually with these resources, we bring in some specialists in the field. We set them up in our EOC, and they monitor everything that's going on in social media as it relates to the island. It's really been valuable for us with regard to how post it on social media so we can get ahead of the game, know where particular problem areas are going to be. And that's what we call our social media team. So we have some analysts that come from the DA's office, from the HIDA task force, and otherwise, and they'll set up their computers, their equipment, and they'll monitor for us. Some of our local staff, under the city secretary and some others, administrative assistants with the city, will also facilitate those gaps, monitoring in the evening hours, what's happening on the island, so that we can address these issues almost before they become an issue, but just when they're beginning. We have our license plate readers on the causeway that alert us to any kind of incoming traffic that might be problematic, that we need to address, whether it's stolen vehicles, wanted persons, incoming, but also outgoing, which is really good for us because if there's any traffic that occurs here, if we're notified in a quick amount of time, we can input it into the readers, and then we'll hopefully get it before it leaves. Sky Tower, Cameron County Sheriff's Department loans us the Sky Tower every year. We put it up in the entertainment district, what we know is the entertainment district, all in the area of the Barnes Bay side, where we have a lot of foot traffic. The whole purpose of that is it gives us a visual, real-time visual. There are cameras that we can link into that give us a clear picture of that area. If we can't be there all the time, even though we do plan to entertain, we have entertainment district patrols, so we put people on ATVs, mules, side-by-sides, bicycles, walking on foot, and put them out there with the crowd just to keep an eye on people. But for those times in those areas that we cannot see, we have the Sky Tower in place. We can log into it, it records footage, and it's 360 degrees, so we have good visibility in that area. Increase in staffing, I kind of addressed that really with our jail, our extra officers, and our traffic. HSI, the Homeland Security Investigations, comes down and partners with us. They're added personnel for us. They don't generate, per se, actions out here. They just come down to support us. So when we respond to a call, normally it's 1 or 2 officers. It's nice to have, when we have a big situation, a major disturbance, a large crowd gathering, it's nice to have added support there that kind of deters any kind of action getting out of hand or out of control. So they're partnering with us again for the 2 weeks during spring break. When I talk about partnerships, we wouldn't be able to do this without Homeland Security, Texas Parks and Wildlife. We also end up, Cameron County Sheriff's Department comes out, our local departments come out, DPS is out. We rely on a lot of these departments, again, not to generate work, but to actually support us as we do our work. So instead of me having to have 3 of my officers who have jurisdiction in this area on scene, I can have 1 officer and 2 of their supporting members to facilitate that so that we are able to spread ourselves better as we need for calls that arise. So this should just give you an idea of what we dealt with last year. So this is just for the month of March. As you can see, last year we had a lot more traffic. Even though we didn't physically see traffic out there, we didn't have a lot of the congestion that we've had previous years. We had a lot more interaction with traffic. We also had a lot more traffic accidents. We jumped from 58 to 84. So we're going to be paying particular attention to our major thoroughfares during this period of time to try and make sure that we try and get that number down. I mean, it would be hard, unfortunately that's not something we can control, we can only react to, but visibility and presence can encourage drivers to be better travelers, I would say. Next slide. This is to give you an idea. Our calls for service was also up last year. 3,600 for the month of March. Goes back to 2022 when we had 3,700. So we had a dip last year, or in 2023. Everything else is pretty consistent, but definitely we're being called. We're being called for service and we're responding. Next slide, please. I just wanted to touch, I know there are a lot of speakers here today, and I want to give somebody a chance to ask the question if they have one, but I want to touch on our frontline reporting. We announced this last year. It was a new thing for us. It's an online reporting portal that people can go to. They can register. A lot of businesses out here have key codes to get into gates. That sometimes becomes an issue for us. When you change your gate code every month, if you don't notify us, it's hard for us to gain access after hours sometimes. If nobody answers the phone, there is a section on this that can do that. There's also a section to report. There's a section for vacation watches for full-time residents. If you want to change the slide, Joseph. Okay, so here, this is some of the stuff that is in on that online reporting tool that we put into play. It's citizens reporting minor offenses, generally lost property, theft, is something that you don't want to be sitting in the police lobby in the middle of spring break for an hour and a half to get service. You can do this online. Key holder, that is the link for business owners that they can go in and upload their new codes every time they change it. We don't have to go out to you. You don't have to call us. You can just log in there. The only people that have access to it is the police department. So we really highly encourage you to do that. I know a lot of you that are business owners have had to deal with this every month, every other month, every few months, going out, trying to make contact with you, get updated key codes so that we can gain entry. You know, we utilize this for not only fire department, for police, for EMS, we all respond. So if you guys can please encourage people to upload their new gate codes, bikes. You know, if you have bikes on the island, you want to register them with us, include a photograph. That way, if anybody takes it from your property, we know what that bike is like, it's registered, we know where it needs to go. If we find it, which often will happen, we'll find it dumped somewhere else or near the bay or on the beach, we know where to take it back to. Vacation Watch, this has been a good tool. We've seen it utilized a lot during the past year. This is for people that want their residence checked when they're out of town. We go by, we walk around the property, you know, if you left, you can actually go in there and say, hey, I'm going to leave the light on, it's going to come on at 6 to 6. We know if it's not on, we know, we'll make a note to you, we'll send an email to you while you're away to follow up with that vacation watch. So we log it down in our dispatch, try to keep a close eye on the property when you're away. I think that's pretty much it on the online reporting pages. This is just to show you the navigation. When you go to online reporting, this is where you're going to go to file that report. And this is what it looks like. It's very simple, it's very accessible, and it helps us help you, and it helps us take care of you. This is a QR code that will take you straight to it, so I don't know if anybody wants to take a screenshot of that or log into it. You can go in, you can play in the software, you know, it'll let you do so many things. You can see what it's about, but it's a direct link to us that gives us immediate access to you. When you submit anything through this system, particularly online reporting, it goes straight to the dispatchers. So we have dispatch 24/7. Dispatch then assigns it out to an officer, so your report, your call is getting immediate attention. And I think that's it for me. So does anybody have any questions? Yes, sir.
So, this may not be your wheelhouse, but do you know if they're going to put the lights on the road for spring break? Because right now, it's kind of...
Sure. So I don't know if you remember, we had an issue out here in front of McDonald's. We had the road, so we made contact with TxDOT. We had some of their people out there addressing that issue on the road in front of McDonald's. And we made it a request. We really need striping, because for us, when the two main lanes get blocked up, you know, sometimes we have to utilize the shoulder for transit. But if it's not marked, it's going to be an issue for us, because we will just have everybody shifted over. So we have made that request. The company is well aware of it. They're trying to facilitate that and get it done. I know they're supposed to start in the north end. We have the car show this weekend. I'm not sure if it's going to get started before this weekend or not, but that has been a request from us, and we've kind of been pushing the issue. But we work really well with TxDOT. We've been out here every night with them with the, you all know the paving's been going on. There's been traffic issues. As a result of that, we've been trying to 2 of our police units with the paving to try and keep traffic, slow down, keep everybody safe out there. So we're working with them every night, and according to them, we're still hopefully going to have it done before spring break. Anybody else? Any questions? Okay, well, you can reach me anyway, via email, any of our city services, but anybody in my police department, I have my police department members, we would be remiss if I didn't mention them, Captain Gilbert still over there, Sergeant Victor Carranza, who else? Perla, my new administrative assistant, so if you need anything from us. Oh, I can't forget our community resource officer, Joseph Gonzalez, has been very busy this year, working out in the community, taking care of our school kids and everybody else. Joseph Gonzalez. So, thank you all. The lieutenant, Juliana Hosta, is going to take over for fire.
Morning, everyone. Can you hear me? My name is Victor Rosales, U.S. Secretary for the city here in South Padre Island. I've been in the department for about 9 years, and I'm thinking for chief. Yeah, better?
That's better.
Very good. So I'm beginning to for chief. We're in the party department. We've been preparing for the influx of visitors that we're going to have, and any potential hazards that are going to come because of this influx. And just want to show you a couple of numbers that we've been running for the past 2023 and 2024. For beach calls, we've had about 20 in 23 and 24 and 22 calls. As you can see, EMS is probably the highest. There you go. Is that better? As you can see, EMS is one of the highest call volume that we've had. We see an increase in call volume. Last year it did come down a little bit, and that doesn't count the transports. There's still, in those numbers, there's a significant amount of transports, and that's where we have a lack of resources per se, because the transport times take so long, right? They're about 3-hour turnaround time. So we're trying to hold our resources here, keep our resources here, and we're trying to get outside agencies to come out and help out whenever possible. This year, you're going to see a vehicle that we implemented this year. It's going to be this first responder vehicle. Before, we were just using it for quick response. This year, we converted that vehicle into mobile incident command unit. As you can see, we added a camera to it, and it's equipped with Starlink internet. So we have high-speed capabilities anywhere we go. We also implemented this high-definition screen where we could connect our drones for aerial surveillance, search and rescues, hotspot, during fire attacks. And we will be seeing this vehicle out on the street deployed pretty much all over the island. Our EMS team, we staffed up on our EMS team, and we brought back all our part-time EMTs and paramedics, so we're ready to respond for a quick response. We've been doing a lot of training, preparing for this time. Our beach team, last year we put them through an EMT course, so now they're dual certified. Now they are EMTs and beach rescue technicians. Not all of them, but most of them. All the returning ones that they're going to be dual certified, and they're going to be posted all over the beach, Plains Towers, Cocoa Beach, Wanawanas, and a lot of other strategic places. Our emergency operating center, that's going to be open during our peak season. It's going to be manned on a daily basis on our peak season. And they're going to help us allocate and request resources wherever needed. We can find us there all day. We can find Chief Dick there, all day, sometimes all night if we need to, depending on the severity. And that's all I got. You guys have any questions?
You made it.
Yeah, I made it. Thank you.
Good morning, for spring break. Good morning, everyone. My name is David Henry, Executive Director for Business South Padre Island. For those who may not know what we do, we are the destination marketing organization for our island. So everything we do revolves around storytelling about our destinations in the world. We invest heavily in spring break, both on the collegiate end and on family. And my team has prepared a presentation to get into what to expect this year and what we're planning for the following year. But I'd like to take this opportunity to remind everyone that please utilize our organization as a resource for your small business, whether you want occupancy information, visitor data, or just a little help with your marketing, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here as a resource. I'd also like to thank everyone. I'd like to thank Randy Smith, our city manager, both chiefs and their departments, all their hard-working staff, all the city staff, most importantly, my CPD staff and operations. Because it takes a team, and we do this every year, and we don't know what to expect. Test a lot of our patience, but we always rise to the occasion because that's what we do here on South Padre Island. And I'd like to take this opportunity to publicly thank everyone for their hard work during spring break. So with that, I'll hand it over to our Director of Marketing, Cindy, who will get into the details. Thank you.
Hi everyone, good morning. So I'd like to start off about what we're going to be doing and what we've been doing for promoting Family Spring Getaway. In our efforts to promote Family Spring Getaway, we started marketing in October 2024 and will continue through March of 2025. Our target markets for this persona are the Rio Grande Valley, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, Dallas-Fort Worth, Laredo, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. The majority of the people in this persona have children and are married. This is done through digital media, which includes streaming, digital display, and billboards. Also through paid media ads and search engine marketing, which includes Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and Google. We have strategically placed social messaging in key feeder markets to drive interest and website traffic. And now to talk about college spring break, I'm going to introduce to you our senior marketing manager, which is April Brown.
Hi guys, good morning. So for college spring break, we started marketing in August 2024 when college students are returning back to university. So that went through late March, and target audiences are across Texas and the Midwest universities. So with that, mostly all paid social, because they're always on social media. We also do a little bit of paid search with that. It generates a lot of impressions, and the campaign is performing really well. With that, we also started text messaging. So we have over 2,300 subscribers to text. So weekly, we are sending them 2 texts a week regarding updates, spring break events that are happening, whether that be at Clayton's or Isla Tours or Louis' Backyard. And as those schedules are changing and evolving, like Clayton's, obviously, he had a canceled concert, so we are updating them regularly of what those changes are. So with that, we also have listings on our website, so we are regularly reaching out to our partners requesting updated information. So you'll get emails from us regularly. If you haven't gotten out, please let us know. We can add you to the list immediately. But we send our requests for spring break, updates for press releases, just anything that we have with spring break and outside the season as well. In addition to that, we have a partnership with San Antonio Spurs, and with that, they allow us to do a spring break sweepstakes. So we run that. It ended in January, I believe, and we got over 2,000 generated leads through that, and we're inviting a couple of spring break college students to attend and stay here during that week. And that was the San Antonio Spurs, generates a lot of traffic for us. With that, we also do on-campus activations. We did some this year at UTRGV, Texas State, UT Austin, and UTSA. That generated a lot of leads for us as well. So when we say leads, it's a way for our businesses and ourselves to reach out to the college student. So we send those out to our partners. If you're not receiving those leads and need access to them, let us know, because you have the ability of reaching out to them as well and targeting those students with your individual businesses. We do it for everybody, and you guys have the ability to get that. And this year, new to us, we did a college campus car wrap swarm. So what that is Uber and Lyft. We basically wrapped vehicles at 5 universities, 2 in Texas, UT and Texas A&M, our 2 largest universities in Texas, and 3 in the Midwest. So we did swarms on those universities for weeks that were, if you're not familiar with Uber and Lyft, obviously a ride sharing program, but the college students use it regularly. And we also swarmed 5 big games. So when UT and A&M played against each other, we had 5 of those cars at those really big tailgates and games. We So we did 2 in Texas and 3 in the Midwest for college games. So I think that's it for college spring break. Do you guys have any questions for us regarding campaigns? Sure.
So besides your standard SO Barbara and Texas Test Beach, is there any actions you can be using specifically for the spring break that the chamber does?
Yes, so we'll always do like the South Flagler spring break, but we can send those out. We actually have a few students coming that are going to be posting about spring break, so they're utilizing certain hashtags, but we can definitely share those out to the island partners so that they can have those as well.
I want to say I appreciate y'all with the occupancy updates.
That's coming next. Yeah, that's next.
Okay,
Yes.
there it is.
Hi, good morning. My name is Mauricio Cervantes. I am the website and data specialist for Visit South Padre Island.
And I'm Lori Moore, your Senior Operations and Events Manager for Visit South Padre Island.
So for this slide, we'll be giving a quick update on the occupancy that we've been sending out weekly to all of our island partners. And for this slide, we'll be comparing the occupancy current pacing compared to last year's final results. So the final occupancy, this is only for the time frame of the second and third week of March from 2024 and comparing for the exact same time frame for this year. So last year, our hotel and motel partners were at 69.8% occupancy for those 2 weeks, and our VRMs were at 48.4%. Current occupancy, again, is just a pacing. It's subject to change every week. Every Friday, we are sending out those emails to our partners. And again, every week we do have our visitor center team calling all of our accommodation partners. So please don't get frustrated when they keep calling asking the same questions. It's going to benefit everybody in the long run. But right now, the current pacing, these numbers are from last Friday, so they're going to change with tomorrow once we send the new email out. But currently, hotels and motels are at 40.5% and VRMs at 48.7%. So this shows us that we still have continued steady interest from families for the whole month of March and the 2 weeks. But hotels are slowing or at a lower pace right now, but we are expecting those to change. Laura will give more update on the booking window. But one thing we do want to note is that last year in 2024 March, SpaceX did have a launch on March 14, 2024, so that did help give it a little boost and increase. And Easter also brought the tail end of March. Again, those 2 events did help boost numbers last year. But again, we're excited to see what happens this month and expect these numbers to go up.
Piggybacking off of what you were saying, in fact, I just checked this morning on the vacation rental, and it's up already at 51%. So it's gone up in the week's time that we've started calling around. So there is a shift this year in the booking window. Currently, we're sitting at about 48 days, which means, travelers are going to book closer to their stay when they're coming over to South Padre Island. I will tell you that RTD audience will fill the vacant spots. They will come over for the weekends, but as of right now, as Roberto mentioned, we're sitting at about 40% as of last Friday. It should go up a little bit this next Friday. 51% for the VRMs. Again, as Roberto mentioned, spring break is split over the next 2 weeks. So that means the college spring break schedule is more spread out, right? So we'll have college kids those 2 weeks. Again, Easter was last year along with SpaceX. We just also got notice that SpaceX has rescheduled till Monday. So FYI on that. But I also need to take advantage of it because I have my visitor center staff call around for the SpaceX, and we jumped from Monday at about 50% to about 72%. So people were coming, so they're staying to watch this launch. As a guest, we were over at Yummies and we saw Big to Alaska, and they had SpaceX stickers on their cars, so we knew that they were here for that. Nationwide, though, I did want to bring up a subject. Nationwide, the travel is down about 5%. Last year, we were sitting about 93%, and this year we're at about 88%. So, that means that, travelers are planning to take a trip in the next 6 months, but it is a little down for us nationwide, so it's not just the island. But I will tell you that we've had a very successful winter so far. With our call around to the visitor center staff calling around, and the feedback that I received when I called was that some of the businesses were asking, when is the snow season? It hasn't been snowing for us. We didn't have enough staff, but they should provide the best service that we can provide, because that's what we do here on Visit South Padre Island. We provide the best service, and we do have Texas Best Beach, and we have to all work, together collectively to provide that service. So thank you to the lieutenants, I see you all back there. Thank you to the RMs, I see you all. Please don't get annoyed with their staff when they call. They're going to ask you the same question. They're going to ask you about occupancy. Please just give us 60 seconds. Just give us the information. It's very helpful for our partners. So I appreciate y'all's time.
All right, it's me again. So looking ahead to 2026, we are excited to say that we are now working very closely with Greenhouse, which is our new marketing agency. They are going to be reevaluating our approach to both college and family spring break to ensure we're attracting the right audience and maximizing our impact. I'm happy to say that in March, they are going to bring about 7 members of their team to see what it is like during spring break. So they're going to be here for almost a week. They're going to be all around the island and getting to know our staff as well and seeing what we can do better for next year. Also, we are considering to work with a specialized firm that focuses on organizing college spring break events and directly targeting students to enhance our appeal for spring break next year. And also, we are going to have a new website. We're working on a new website right now. It's super nice, and it's going to be launching in June. And we do have a dedicated spring break page for everyone to see. So we're excited to launch that in June. So hopefully you all can take a look at our new website and enjoy it. And that's all I have for today. So thank you all very much.
Anybody else? No? And you know what, the whole city is here, so if you want to go rob the bank, go ahead and go do that right now. I think we'll get away with this. So that was some great information. I do have one question though, for the occupancy. Do you think there's another way that we can gather that intel, that data, rather than just making the phone calls? Are you looking into any kind of online platform that would make that easier to get that data?
We do. So we have programs that we use internally, right? Whether Key Data is one of the resources that we use for our vacation rentals. There's a lot of resources that we use internally, but I like to compare like check dots on the hoteliers that are here, with their numbers. Because sometimes, like if you go and look at, yesterday was made that a comment was made at one of our meetings. If you go to hostel.com, it says we're sold out. Well, we're not, so we know that because we're here. So that's why we like to do checks and balances. Like I rely on the hoteliers, I rely on my vacation rentals to give me their data, and they share it along with what we have internally. With our agency, we also have a data specified person that handles the data along with our in-house officers. So we have a lot of moving parts.
Okay, so that's good stuff. So it's more than just you want me to.
Oh, absolutely. I wish I could help you answer my
Great. That's good. Good. Thank you for that. Yes, ma'am.
What is being done to promote the island to families in spring break versus college students?
So we started marketing to families back in October, and we do this through social media. It's on billboards, through streaming TV, radio, and so we market to all of our Texas Drive markets, which is Austin, Houston, Rio Grande Valley, Dallas-Fort Worth. We also are in publications, and so again, we've been advertising for that since October of last year.
Are you having any family-friendly activities versus just the things for the spring breakers? I mean, looking at trying to bring more families here and have things for them.
So we are not putting on an event. The CDP is not putting on an event ourselves, but there is plenty to do here on the island with the Sea Turtle Inc. And we're excited that they're going to be opening their hospital soon. So I know that's going to be a huge attraction for families. And plus the birding center, and a lot of families, they enjoy our beach. They love our weather here, and the water's just amazing. So there's a lot to do with all the candy stores we have for all the kids. So there's plenty to do.
And just in addition to that, we are always targeting families year-round. We have an evergreen campaign that is continuously targeting families in our drive markets locally and in the Midwest. This is just in addition to advocate for a spring vacation, but year-round we're targeting families for just a general family spring, a family vacation. Anyway, we also are a campaign to target new Texans that are coming. So recently, Tourism Economics and Longwoods International sent out a data report stating how many new Texans are coming, or how many new people are coming to Texas. We're leading in all the states. So we are trying to advertise more to those new Texans, whether they're coming to Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, all of those drive markets. So we're enhancing that opportunity as well. Any other questions, guys? Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
I want to thank everyone for being here. I want to thank all of the presenters for giving us such great information and knowing that we as residents and as visitors and our tourists are going to have a very fun and safe spring break. Let's just pray for good weather. All right, so thank you all for being here. Until next time, we'll see you.